Good evening. This is Akashvani and I am Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says aviation sector played important role in making India fastest growing economy in the world, proclaims adoption of Delhi Declaration by all Asia Pacific member states. Nominations for single phase of assembly elections in Haryana and third phase polls in Jammu and Kashmir ends this evening. IMD forecasts extremely heavy rainfall in parts of Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh for the next 2 days. Heavy rain disrupts normal life in Rajasthan. CPIM General Secretary Sitaram Yechury passes away in New Delhi today. President, Vice President and Prime Minister condole the death. BSE Sensex hits a record high amid positive global cues, crosses 83,000 mark in intraday trade. And in hockey, India defeat Korea 3-1 in the men's Asian Champions Trophy tournament at Hulunbuir, China. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that the aviation sector has played an important role in making India the fastest growing economy in the world. Through this sector, the government is working to connect people, culture and prosperity. Addressing the Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference on Civil Aviation in New Delhi today, Mr. Modi said that an increasing middle class leading to higher demand are driving forces behind the progress of the sector. He added that India's aviation sector is undergoing a remarkable transformation, enhancing ease of travel for citizens and boosting connectivity.
भारत की जो फास्टेस्ट ग्रोइंग इकोनॉमी बनी है, उन सभी सेक्टर में से एक हमारा एविएशन सेक्टर भी है. हम लोगों को, कल्चर को, प्रॉस्पेरिटी को कनेक्ट करने का काम इस क्षेत्र के माध्यम से कर रहे हैं. 4 बिलियन लोग, तेजी से बढ़ता मिडिल क्लास और उसके कारण बढ़ती हुई डिमांड, ये अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा ड्राइविंग फोर्स है इस सेक्टर के विकास का.
The Prime Minister proclaimed the adoption of the Delhi Declaration by all the member states. The Delhi Declaration is a visionary roadmap to elevate the region's aviation sector to new heights. Mr. Modi said that the Delhi Declaration will advance the resolve for regional connectivity, innovation and sustainable growth in aviation.
ये डिक्लेरेशन रीजनल कनेक्टिविटी, इनोवेशन और एविएशन में सस्टेनेबल ग्रोथ के हमारे संकल्प को आगे बढ़ाएगा. हर पॉइंट पर तेजी से एक्शन होगा. ये डिक्लेरेशन को हम जमीन पर उतार पाएंगे और एक सामूहिक शक्ति से नई ऊंचाइयों को हम पार करेंगे.
Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu inaugurated the second Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference on Civil Aviation in New Delhi yesterday. Mr. Naidu was elected the chairman of Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference on Civil Aviation. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has said about 75% of the disengagement issues at the line of actual control, LAC, with China have been resolved. Speaking at the Global Center for Security Policy in Geneva today, Dr. Jaishankar emphasized that the Galwan Valley clash of June 2020 had a profound impact on India-China relations. He further pointed out that violence at the border cannot be isolated from the broader relationship between the two countries.
Negotiations are going on. We made some progress. 75% of the disengagement problems are sorted out. We still have some things to do. But there's a bigger issue that if both of us have brought forces close up, and in that sense there's a level of militarization of the border has increased, how does one deal with it? In the meanwhile, after the clash, it has affected actually the entirety of the relationship, because you can't have violence on the border and then say the rest of the relationship is insulated from it. We hope there is a solution to the disengagement and there is a return to peace and tranquility.
Dr. Jaishankar was in Geneva on the final leg of his 3-nation tour, which also took him to Saudi Arabia and Germany. The Minister of External Affairs, MEA, today said that since Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Russia, 35 Indian nationals have been released from the Russian army. MEA spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal said that around 50 Indian nationals are still with the Russian army and New Delhi is working diligently to secure their release as soon as possible. This brings the total number of released Indians to 45, as 10 Indian nationals were discharged before the Prime Minister's visit. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval met with Russian President Vladimir Putin on the sidelines of the BRICS National Security Advisors meeting in St. Petersburg, Russia. In a statement released on Telegram, the Russian embassy in India said, during his meeting with Mr. Doval, President Putin praised the special and privileged strategic partnership between India and Russia and emphasized the crucial role of security issues in bilateral relations.
He was keen to brief you about his visit to Ukraine and his meeting with President Zelensky. And he wanted me to come personally and brief you about the talks. The talk was in a very close format. It was only the two leaders.
Russia's president proposed to hold a bilateral meeting with PM Narendra Modi on October 22nd on the sidelines of the BRICS summit in Kazan. The meeting will summarize the outcomes of joint work on the implementation of the agreements reached during his visit to Moscow and to outline prospects for the near future. Minister of State for Science and Technology Dr. Jitendra Singh today said that India is ushering in an exciting time for biotechnology-based bio-revolution. Addressing the Global Bio India 2024 at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi, Dr. Singh said that the bio-revolution could have the same impact for India that the IT revolution once had for the Western world.
Global Bio India, ladies and gentlemen, offers a unique business networking platform. It offers varied participants ranging from central and state ministers. Global Bio India 2024 is a bigger event with participation from 30 plus countries, 500 plus exhibitors, 5,000 plus delegates, 1,000 plus startups, and much more.
The Global Bio India 2024 is a major international congregation of biotechnology stakeholders showcasing India's biotech growth and opportunities to the world. Filing of nominations for single-phase assembly elections in Haryana and third and final phase of polls in Jammu and Kashmir ended this evening. The scrutiny of nomination papers will be conducted tomorrow. In Haryana, nominations can be withdrawn till September 16th. Voting for the 90-member assembly will be held on October 5th. In Jammu and Kashmir, scrutiny of the nomination papers for this phase will take place tomorrow and the last day of withdrawal is the 17th of this month. 40 assembly constituencies will go to polls in this phase on the 1st of next month. Meanwhile, Haryana Governor Bandaru Dattatreya has announced the immediate dissolution of the Haryana Legislative Assembly. This decision follows the Haryana Cabinet's approval of a proposal for the dissolution of the 14th Haryana Vidhan Sabha, which was submitted to the governor yesterday. In Jammu and Kashmir, with campaigning for the first phase of assembly elections entering its last week, the Chenab Valley in the Jammu division is getting ready for high-profile visits. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will come on September 14th to address a rally at the sports stadium in Doda. The leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, is also expected to address a rally in Doda. We have a report.
8 assembly constituencies in the 3 districts of Chenab Valley, including Kishtwar, Doda and Ramban, will go for polls on September 18 during the first phase of assembly elections. Among the 3 assembly segments of the Doda district, 52 Doda East assembly segment is an important and hot seat with 98,582 voters. A total of 9 candidates are in the final electoral fray. Prominent among them are former Minister Abdul Majid Wani of Democratic Progressive Azad Party, former Minister and National Conference leader and NC Congress Alliance candidate Khalid Najib Sorwardi and Gaja Singh Rana of Bharatiya Janata Party. There will be a triangular contest between these 3 contenders. This is N. Gulshan Rana for Akashvani News from Jammu.
This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on X handle at AIR News Alerts. The India Meteorological Department IMD has issued a red alert for heavy rain in Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh for today and tomorrow. Talking to Akashvani News senior IMD scientist R.K. Jenamani said that the monsoon depression over northwest Madhya Pradesh is slowly moving northwards and northeastwards, which will result in extremely heavy rainfall around various parts of the country. Our Dehradun correspondent reports heavy to extremely heavy rainfall is expected in Pauri, Dehradun, Bageshwar, Champawat, Nainital, Udham Singh Nagar and Haridwar. The district administrations have declared a holiday today for all schools and Anganwadi centers up to class 12. Our correspondent reports from Gorakhpur that red and orange alert has been issued for many parts of Uttar Pradesh for the next 24 hours.
Many cities in Uttar Pradesh are witnessing torrential rain from the last 24 hours. In Jhansi, Aligarh, Farrukhabad, Agra and Mathura districts, normal life has been disrupted as the streets are submerged in water. As many as 5 deaths have been reported in Mathura, Bulandshahr and Moradabad districts in rain-related accidents. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, Akashvani News, Gorakhpur.
In Rajasthan, the normal life has been badly affected by heavy rain in the eastern parts of the state. We have more from a correspondent.
Rainfall in Rajasthan has broken the record of 49 years in this monsoon season. 664 mm rainfall has occurred in the state so far, which is 61% more than normal. Life has been disrupted due to waterlogging in low-lying areas of many cities and towns in the eastern districts. Most of the dams are overflowing and rivers are in spate. Due to excessive rainfall, kharif crops have suffered heavy losses in many districts. Many people have lost their lives in rain-related incidents in the state. Jitendra Dwivedi, Akashvani News, Jaipur.
In Madhya Pradesh, 7 members of a family died after the collapse of a wall due to continuous rain in Datia district today. District Collector Sandeep Makin said that the incident occurred when the 400-year-old wall of the Rajgarh fort collapsed in Khalakpura locality. Chief Minister Dr. Mohan Yadav expressed grief over the incident and announced that compensation of 4 lakh rupees to be given to the families of the deceased. CPIM General Secretary Sitaram Yechury passed away today after prolonged illness. The 72-year-old veteran leader breathed his last at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi. He had been on respiratory support over the past few days. A statement from the CPIM said that on Saturday, the body of Mr. Yechury will be kept at the party headquarters, A.K. Gopalan Bhavan, Gold Market, New Delhi, for public viewing and paying homage between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Born in Chennai in 1952, Sitaram Yechury was the topmost CPIM leader. He was thrice elected as president of JNU Students' Union. Mr. Yechury joined the CPIM in 1975 and was arrested during the emergency for his political activities. He was elected as the General Secretary of the CPIM in 2015. Mr. Yechury was elected to the Rajya Sabha for 2 terms from 2005 to 2017 from West Bengal. He served as the leader of the CPIM group in the upper house of the parliament in both the period of the United Front government and later the UPA government. Sitaram Yechury was one of the key interlocutors for the CPIM, which was supporting these coalitions.
President Draupadi Murmu, Vice President Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah have expressed grief over the demise of CPIM General Secretary Sitaram Yechury. In a social media post, the President said that first as a student leader and then in national politics and as a parliamentarian, Sitaram Yechury had a distinct and influential voice. India's equity benchmark indices registered record high closing levels in today's trading session amid positive global cues. Both the indices hit the fresh all-time highs, with the BSE Sensex crossing 83,000 level mark and the NSE Nifty at 25,433 in the intraday trade. In hockey, defending champions India defeated Korea 3-1 to register the 4th consecutive win at the Men's Asian Champions Trophy tournament in Hulunbuir, China. Arijit Singh Hundal and skipper Harmanpreet Singh were the goal scorers for India against the Koreans. Korea's lone goal came from Yang Jihan off a penalty corner. India had already secured a semi-final spot after defeating China and Japan before thrashing last year's runners-up Malaysia. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says aviation sector played important role in making India fastest growing economy in the world, proclaims adoption of the Delhi Declaration by all Asia-Pacific member states. Nominations for single phase of assembly elections in Haryana and third phase polls in Jammu and Kashmir ends this evening. IMD forecasts extremely heavy rainfall in parts of Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh for the next 2 days. Heavy rain disrupts normal life in Rajasthan. CPIM General Secretary Sitaram Yechury passes away in New Delhi today. President, Vice President and Prime Minister condole the death. BSE Sensex hits record high amid positive global cues, crosses 83,000 mark in intraday trade, and in hockey India defeats Korea 3-1. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.